Some people say that this town rains more than any city in any state. Almost every other week there's a day or two of rain. What's not to like about it? Cool weather and a beautiful constant breeze. On top of that, I've been living quite comfortably for several months. Until now. Night 1. The rain had come in quite quickly this time round. As usual, I lay down at 10 PM to wake up in time for work and stop for a cup of coffee on the way there. Tonight the rain was gentle and easy to listen to, along with gentle thunder off in the distance. I fell asleep with the blanket halfway down my stomach. I woke up at 2 AM to what sounded like a bang on my window. I jumped and quickly looked over to see nobody there. There seemed to be a smudge on the glass with drips drizzling down from the condensation. I went back to bed and fell back asleep. Night 2. Tonight I had a hell of a time after work and came home late after plenty of drinking at the bar with a couple of co-workers of mine. They had to get home quickly, so I took it upon myself to get home and not have to deal with the tow truck. My driving was a little messy, but nothing too dangerous. Besides the rain, of course. I'd gotten home around 11:45 PM and threw my keys on the bed and crashed down beside it. 2 AM. I'd woken up to a bang on the window again. I woke up quickly, completely startled and slightly hungover. I looked up at the glass and saw what looked like a palm with one finger pressed against it. I got up and peeked through the palm and saw what looked like a dark figure standing across the street in a large puddle of water, holding completely still. I had to go back to sleep. It was too late and I was too tired. I went back to bed and fell back asleep after a while of tossing and turning. Night 3. It's been raining quite longer than usual. The gutters in the streets have been completely flooded and the grass on my lawn has been well oversaturated. It has felt humid all day today and I had difficulty falling asleep. About half an hour to 45 minutes later, I went to take a Xanax, washed it down with a shot of rum. I fell asleep as relaxed as can be. The banging on my window woke me again. This time there was 2 fingers against the foggy glass. This shit gets old real fast, I thought to myself. I peeked out the window and in the middle of the street I saw that same figure. I stared at him for several minutes. He didn't move once. Thunder came rolling in, then with a flash of lightning, I realised it was a woman. I went to the living room and grabbed my phone to call 911. The phone was disconnected due to the heavy downpour. I quickly looked outside and nobody was there. I went back to my room and looked outside again to see if anybody was out there. Nothing. The markings on the window have been covered with more condensation. I lay back down with the blanket secured tightly around me. It was very cold. I didn't fall back asleep that night. Night 4. I came home pissed and tired as hell. I tried telling my co-workers about last night and the strange things that have been happening the past couple of days. They continued to laugh and mock me no matter how hard I tried to convince them. I asked a couple of them if I could stay at their house for a night or two until the rain clears up. And they told me, "You'll be fine, you just need sleep." They think I'm crazy. I took a couple of shots of rum and washed more Xanax down as I desperately tried to relax. With how warm the rain usually is, you forget you even need a heater. I couldn't fall asleep. It was too cold. And all I could think of is, what next? I stayed up not even wanting to fall asleep, shivering as I breathed out and watched my own foggy breath. I couldn't even sleep if I wanted to. Later, at about 1:45 AM, I started nodding out, waking as I feel the vertigo of my head falling forwards. I quickly wake back up, looking around, and see nothing. I nodded out again, this time startled to the loud bang against the window. There I saw a full palm print with all 5 fingers. My heart was pounding. I didn't want to get up. I knew I had to. After sitting there for a couple of minutes staring at the glass, I then got up and peeked through the palm in the window and saw nothing there. The room got colder. My body completely frozen in fear. I turned around slowly and saw the shadow of a woman standing in the doorway, completely still. With a crash of thunder and a flash of lightning, I saw her face up close. Icy, light blue eyes, sucked up inside pitch black sockets, missing half of her cheek, her teeth and gums showing, blood dripping down her face and her neck through her frizzy brown hair. It was dark again. She stood there, as lifeless as she looked. I then said, trembling over my own words, "Who are you? What do you want with me?" She didn't say anything. She then started to come towards me as if she were floating. I jumped over my bed and darted to the living room and ran outside. I looked behind myself as I ran and saw nobody chasing after me. This is unreal. She was dead. How could she even be standing there, let alone float towards me? I contemplated to myself. I went to the police station several blocks down. I told the officers there what had happened and they laughed and wanted me to take a breathalyzer test. I wasn't drunk enough to be taken in for being drunk in public. I waited in the lobby for a while until they told me I had to go. When I left, it seemed as if the clouds were clearing up. There was almost nothing left but the rain left on the sidewalk and in the gutters. When I got home, my front door was still open. I got inside and locked the door behind me. I checked every room and she wasn't there anymore. It's finally over, I said to myself. I called in work since the sun was about to rise and I hadn't slept the whole night. I had a nice hot shower, change of my clothes, and laid in bed completely exhausted. A few days later and still nothing. I still can't stop thinking about it, but I knew that everything was going to be okay. It had drizzled a few times, but nothing major. I decided to move out as soon as I had enough money saved to get everything out, which isn't much at all. I had slept comfortably for almost a whole week, until I woke up to a loud bang on the window again. I quickly looked up and saw the handprint. I don't like the rain anymore.